From the whisper of frankincense smoke, let ancient wisdom rise like the sun over these mountains. Awaken your spirit to the eternal rhythm. In my grandmother's village in the highlands of Gondar, there was a rule. When the hyenas came near the schoolhouse at night, you did not run. You lit a torch, you stood still, and you remembered. The hyenas do not own the land. They only borrow the dark. Welcome, family. This is Alchemize Soul 33. I am your sister Selam. Today, we are going to speak a truth that has been buried under empires, under colonizers, under the lies of men who forgot they were once children of God. Earth was never meant to be a prison. It was a school. But the bad students, the ones who cheated on every exam, they took over the classroom. And now the universe is evicting them. And I want you to listen closely, because the eviction notice has your address on it too. When I was a little girl, my mother would say, "Selam, the earth is a tough teacher, but tough teachers love you the most." That is the truth. You did not come here to suffer forever. You came here to learn. Density, pain, loss, hunger, those are not punishments. Those are the chalk on the board. They leave marks so you can read the lesson later. The original blueprint was sacred. Every tribe, every ancient people knew it. My own ancestors, the Axumites, the Oromo healers, the priests of Lalibela, they understood. Rain is not a curse. Rain is a test of gratitude. Famine is not a punishment. Famine is a test of sharing. Death is not a failure. Death is graduation. But you see, for a school to work, the students must be free to choose. You cannot force a child to love math. You cannot force a soul to love light. Free will was the lock on the school door. And the bad students, they picked that lock. Let me tell you who the bad students are. They are not demons with horns. They are souls who failed again and again and again. They failed kindness. They failed honesty. They failed courage. And instead of repeating the grade with humility, they decided to burn down the school. They looked at Earth, this beautiful, dense, heavy school, and they said, "If I cannot graduate, I will make everyone forget there was ever a graduation." So they built the matrix, but not with computers, with fear. They took trade and turned it into debt. They took community and turned it into competition. They took time, which was meant to be a river, and they froze it into a clock that ticks toward your grave. And here's the saddest part. My sister, my brother, they convinced you that the prison was normal. That working until your bones ache is honorable. That ignoring your dreams is responsible. That being afraid of your own power is humble. No. That is not humility. That is hypnosis. The bad students became the headmasters. And they renamed the school the real world. But it was never real. It was a lie with a salary. But here is what the bad students forgot. You cannot run a school for spiritual evolution without the original teachers watching. And the teachers, the universe, source, the great mother, they do not sleep. We are now deep in what I call the great cleaning. Do you feel it? The ground shaking? Are the systems crumbling? The secrets pouring out like sewage? That is not the end of the world. That is the end of their world. The universe is purging the bad students from the land. Some are leaving through sickness, some through madness, because when your lies collapse, so does your mind. Some are fading. Their energy is no longer welcomed by the earth herself. Do not weep for them. They had thousands of years to take the test. They chose to cheat. And now the proctor has arrived with a stick of tenor incense in one hand and a broom in the other. You see the wars, you see the inflation, you see the confusion. That is not chaos, that is disassembly. The prison is being taken apart brick by brick, and some of those bricks are people. So what do you do, my love? You feel scared, you feel tired, you feel like hiding under your bed. Do not hide, stand. I will tell you what my grandmother told me when the hyenas came. Stop feeding the bad students. Stop watching the news with your morning coffee. Stop arguing with them online. Stop giving them your fear. Fear is their food. Starve them. Before you were a worker, a debba, a citizen, you were a student. Ask every day, what is this teaching me? Not the trauma, the lesson. The bad students want you to stay a victim. The teachers want you to graduate. Hold the frequency. I know it is hard, but when you laugh, the prison shakes. When you love, the walls crack. When you dance even alone in your kitchen, you are singing the eviction notice. You are not helpless. You are a daughter of the oldest human line. My people have survived famine, war, and occupation, not because we were stronger. Because we remembered. The land does not belong to the bullies. The land belongs to the ancestors and the children. So I will leave you with a prayer my mother prayed over me the night I left for the city. God who made the mountains of Simeon, God who parted the Red Sea for our mothers, remind my child, she is not a prisoner. I am a student who forgot my own pen. The exam is almost over. Do not cheat. Do not quit. Do not be afraid. The bad students are being called home. Let them go. And let my child stay. Let my child graduate. Let my child become a teacher. That is your inheritance. That is your power. Alchemize this. Today, do one thing the bad students hate. Forgive someone who does not deserve it. Create something they cannot steal. Laugh so loud the ancestors laugh with you. You are not lost. You are just remembering. This is Selam. Alchemize Soul 33 is closed, but the schoolhouse is open, and your seat is waiting.